The fly I'm tying today is a Hendrickson Comparadun. I'm tying it on a size 14 TMC 100 dry fly hook. I'm using a uni 6/0 tan thread and Comparadun deer hair. This fly is a variation of perhaps the most famous American dry fly, a fly called the Hendrickson dry, initially created by a Roy Steenrod of Liberty, New York back in 1918. It represents the first of the major mayfly hatches to happen in the East. At least the first to bring up large numbers of fish. The characteristics of the hatch, they generally happen afternoon on beautiful days, second half of April into May. The mayflies the nymphs will start making their way out of the faster water into the shallows, where they'll rise to the top, shed, and fly off. One of the other characteristics of the Hendrickson hatch is the flies tend to stay on the water a little longer than some mayfly hatches, where they'll just rise and take off. The beauty of the Comparadun pattern is without the hackle in the front, the fly tends to appear, almost like an emerger. It rides low in the water, a fly that perhaps has gotten stuck in the film a little bit. And the last thing a trout wants to have happen is to come up and take a swipe at a mayfly and have the mayfly take off just as he's about to eat it. They are very economical with their use of energy, and that's a big bummer. A lot of times when you see a rise like a splashy rise where a trout's going after a moving fly, it'll be a small trout, one that's still foolish and doesn't know what's up. The larger ones tend to stay away from that. So by having one that rides lower in the water, the chances are you're going to get a fish that's less apprehensive, perhaps even bigger, and it's a good thing. It may be a pain in the neck to see on the water. It's nice to have the flies ride high, where those of us that are getting old and blind can follow it much easier. But this pattern still rides high enough so that you can keep an eye on it. This is a size 14. You could tie them down to 12. But anyway, so here's the deal. So if you're into the Hendrickson hatch and know that it's going on, and you arrive up to the stream early afternoon, if you were to fish a hare's ear or a Hendrickson nymph prior to any hatch, you might have some luck. You could hit an emerger Hendrickson emerger just as things start to happen. This fly throughout, when really starts to when all the mature mayflies are on the water, this is a great pattern to have, and then come back later on in the evening for the spinner fall. But anyway, I hope you enjoy this pattern. It's not too difficult to tie. The history is as such. It's exciting to think that it's not too far off. So this had to be the first one I started with this winter in tying, and now I'm starting to think about springtime through all this cold weather. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed, and take care.
Fucks upping. showering rain. Round the bend come the passenger train. In the cabin was Casey Jones, noble engineer, but he's dead and gone. Mrs. Casey, when she heard the news, sitting on the bed, she was lacing up her shoes. Children, children, now catch your breath. You draw a pension at your papa's death. Children, children, now get your hat. Tell me, mama, what do you mean by that? Get your hand, put it on your head. On to town, see your papa is dead. Casey said before he died, fix the blinds so that the bums can ride. If they ride, let them ride the rods. Put their trust in the hand of God. Casey said before he died, two more roads that I want to ride. People said, what road, Casey, can that be? Colorado and the Santa Fe. Now that is old. That's old time.